SAP LeanIX. Technology is fast paced, the scale is exploding. There are a lot of challenges related to interfaces, related to visibility, roles, scale, governance, those kind of things. But what are the governance building block? What you see on the screen right now is the LeanIX meta model, right? So what I'm showing on the screen right now is the LeanIX meta model. What you see, there are 12 components of this meta model. We call these components as fact sheets in LeanIX terminology, right? So what you see is the LeanIX meta model. But what I'm interested in showing you is that AI touches a lot of these fact sheets, a lot of these components, right? That's what I'm interested in showcasing you. Like you see on the screen, that AI technology basically affects objectives, business capabilities, context, data objects, applications, interfaces, IT components. So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that AI touches a lot of components, almost every component within your EA inventory. So while developing a service of governance, we need to potentially take into account all of these. So that's how the scale of your AI governance foundation needs to be, right? So that's the major message that I wanted to convey. Now, what I want to three-step approach for you to confidently govern AI using SAP LeanIX. So that's a key takeaway that I want to give you today. Basically, a three-step approach for you to, confidently govern, confidently understand what you own and how it is being governed within your organization. The first step of this three-step approach is basically track AI technologies across your landscape. It is basically building the as is architecture. Like any other technology, if you have to govern anything, you first need to understand what you have, right? So the first step is about gaining visibility into the use of AI across your landscape. That's the first step. The second step, the second step is more about building your roadmap for AI and aligning stakeholders. This is important so that everyone within your organization knows where we are in terms of AI initiatives and what is coming in the future. It also helps in aligning these stakeholders. So that's the second step that I want to give you when we talk about a three-step approach for governing AI. The third step, as you see on the screen, is about tracking the progress of AI throughout its life cycle within your landscape. Right. So once you have understood what is part of your as is, you have also charted your roadmap for AI initiatives. Then you what need to do? You need to basically track the progress, evaluate these AI technologies throughout its life cycle, from being a pilot to being adopted, those kind of things. So let's dive into these three steps one by one, right? Cool. So the first step, as I said, is about capturing your as-is landscape. So, like with any other technology, what you need to do, you basically need to understand what is part of your landscape when it comes to AI technology. You can do this in four ways. So there are four sub steps, I would say, in the first overall step to complete the as is picture of your landscape. The first step is about collecting information on applications fact sheets, that is application component, EA inventory component. So collecting information on application fact sheets on AI usage, type, risk, and potential. Application owners can assess the potential impact of Gen AI while following this step. So this is the first step that you need to do. Assess your applications and understand how AI is being used, what type of AI is being used, what is the risk that it poses, and what is the potential for AI usage within this application. The second step that you need to do to complete the as is picture is basically adding AI agents as application fact sheet subtype, right? So basically what we are trying to say over here, to document what all AI agents that you are using across your landscape. Now, this is a big task because, as we mentioned earlier, there are a lot of agents being used. So, we'll come to this point and discuss this in a bit of more detail when we talk about AI Agent Hub. So, AI Agent Hub is a feature or a functionality that SAP offers to help you document AI agents within your landscape in a semi automated or a automated way. Right. So, we'll come to this particular step in a little bit more detail later on. The third step that you need to do is basically assessing the AI potential on business capabilities, such as efficiency gains, user interaction enhancements, or process transformations, those kind of things. So you basically assess whether this AI technology is improving your business capability or not. If it is not having a positive impact on your business capability, then of course we are using AI just for the maybe sake of using AI, right? So basically, as third sub step within building your as is architecture, we need to assess whether this AI has a potential positive impact on the business capabilities that it is supporting, right? And then finally, to complete the as is picture, you need to basically model your LLMs or AI models as IT component subtype to assess and define IT standards. You should be able to communicate within your developer community. You should be able to communicate or socialize this to your leadership that what LLM or AI model is your IT is charting your path forward of AI initiatives. You need to map out what AI objectives are there within your organization and what initiatives are going on to support these objectives, right? And what is the timeline of it, so that there is alignment amongst everyone within the organization to understand, okay, this AI initiative is going on, this is something that has already happened, this is something that will come in the future, and what objective, organizational objective it is supporting. So you can build this kind of a roadmap that you see on the screen as second step of your AI governance foundation. The third step is basically uh, governing AI throughout its life cycle. This is the final step of the three-step approach that we need to follow to govern AI confidently. So we need to basically govern AI throughout its life cycle as it moves from trials and pilots to becoming standards for adoption. People need to understand that, okay, this is a standard for adoption now, and we need to use these AI technologies within our projects. Right. So you can show using a tech radar report that you see on the screen right now that which LLM are to be adopted, which are on hold, and which are in trial, etc. Right. So you can do this kind of an assessment on the AI models or LLMs that you have documented as IT component subtype, as I mentioned earlier in step one, right? So you follow these three steps. At the end of these three steps, what you will be able to know, you will be able to know where AI is used within your organization. That's the first thing, visibility of where AI is being used. You will understand where AI has potential, right?
नाइस
Which business
स्टार्ट
capability is
क्या
being
कर रहे हो मोहम्मद
improved if we are using
दिस
this
इज पीसी
particular
फॉर
AI
ब्लेगन
technology. Which AI models are your standards? That's the third thing that you will come to know
चलो
once you do follow these three-step approach. And then, of course, you will understand what business capabilities can be transformed by AI and what AI initiatives are ongoing and which objectives is it supporting. Right. So once you follow this three-step approach, these are the questions that you can confidently answer and govern. Right. So that's the three-step approach, a key takeaway that I wanted to give you today as part of this session. But if you remember, as part of first step, I mentioned that completing your as is also involves um, documenting your AI agents. Right? We discussed about this as part of step one. So now let's see how LeanIX can help you document these agents. As you know, there can be a lot that your organization is currently building. So SAP offers a functionality called SAP AI Agent Hub, right? And This is something that helps you document these AI agents and then, of course, govern it. A lot of customers like Posh, Mahindra, Mondai are already navigating this in their production today, right? So we have over 150 customers that are already using this solution to discover, more than 130,000 agents. Imagine when, how many agents will be discovered when, all of SAP customers, like more than 5,000, more than 10,000 organizations start using this, right? So basically, what I want to share over here is that AI Agent Hub is a functionality which helps you govern, helps you document and govern AI agents, and a lot of customers are already using it. Organizations today, basically they are building AI center of excellence. The instinct, I would say, is absolutely right, but the operating model is basically being invented on the go, right? It's very real time because we haven't seen these things in the past. So business, IT, and HR each have distinct and urgent questions, and no single team can answer all of them today, right? So business, for example, as you see on the screen, business wants to know if AI is improving operations, right? That's a simple question that business wants, that, okay, we are spending on AI. Is it improving our day-to-day operations or not? IT wants to know what's running and who owns it, right? From a governance perspective also, and to understand where does the ownership lie if in case something goes down, right? Something doesn't work properly. So who is the owner of it? And what do we have in our landscape? The as is visibility. So that's what IT wants to understand. HR, on the other side, wants to know how a workforce is changing. Are AI agents part of any organization now? Which organizations are impacted? And those kind of things. The center of excellence needs basically a shared platform to function, because without one, each team is working from a partial picture, right? So everything that you see on the screen needs to be in one platform or interconnected platforms. Our session today will focus on the things that are relevant for enterprise architects. So that is what will be our focus today. So yes, as I said, AI Agent Hub is the functionality that helps you answer all these questions. It covers the full life cycle of any AI technology, basically from plan and build to decommission in one place only, right? It is basically your command center for AI management and governance. That's how important the functionality is. As you see on the screen, it includes various parts. It includes the agent, LLM, and MCP registry as a single source of truth for every AI artifact in your landscape, regardless of who built it, right? It can be built on SAP, BTP, it can be built on Azure, it can be built on
Yes, sorry, I really enjoyed it as well. So, yeah, this is the right slide, and I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Okay, cool. So I'll just reiterate what I said on this particular slide. So yeah, basically, what I was saying is that AI Agent Hub covers the full life cycle from plan and build to decommission in one place. That's what you see on the screen. It's basically a command center for your AI management and governance. It includes a lot of things, the boxes that you see in the middle of the screen. So it includes the agent, LLM, and MCP registry as a single source of truth for every AI artifact in your landscape, regardless of who built it. Basically, what does that mean? An agent can be built on GCP, agent can be built on Azure, it can be built anywhere else. But AI Agent Hub becomes a single source of truth and helps you document agents from all the sources, whether it is SAP, any other GCP, Azure, or whatever it is, right? So that's the first important part that AI Agent Hub offers you. And then, of course, agent evaluations and assessment is a systematic quality gate for deciding which agents to trust, verify, and deploy. You can state that, okay, this agent doesn't produce enough ROI or doesn't meet the compliance requirement. So let's reject this AI agent that is currently in place that should not be used in production. So those kind of things, those kind of evaluations and assessments can be done through AI Agent Hub. And identity and access control basically gives every agent a verifiable identity, scoped permissions, and an auditable access record. Just like humans and services, we have been doing these things with humans, providing them privileged access, providing them, limited access, role based access, those kind of things. So that same thing happens with AI agents as well. And then AI observability connects telemetry to outcomes, providing visibility into whether an agent is working and how. Right? Agent binding services how an agent performs against expected behavior and flags the drift before it becomes a problem for the organizations. Right? And then finally, agent hub basically links with the organization and skill mapping. It basically connects the agents to the teams and the roles they may affect, right? So giving leaders a visibility into workforce impact, like, okay, this agent impacts this team, this agent impacts this role, or those kind of interrelations is something that is possible in AI Agent Hub. The major thing over here, I want to reiterate, is that it has native connections to Microsoft, Google, AWS, Databricks, ServiceNow, and more will come to ensure that multi-vendor landscape is governed at one place. I think this is a very strong point that one needs to take into account when it comes to AI agents. So yeah, as I said, AI Agent Hub allows you to understand which processes are impacted. AI Agent Hub allows you to understand which organizations are impacted. We can do analytics on those kind of things. So I'm basically telling you that this is a key differentiator for AI Agent Hub. Every other governance platform basically treats agents as isolated objects like IT components, digital colleagues, or so on, right? The AI Agent Hub maps them as enterprise architect artifacts. Each agent is connected to business capability it supports, the application and data that it depends on, and the process it participates in, right? That context is what makes governance decisions, defensible. Otherwise, you can't just say that, okay, this agent needs to be adopted or not adopted unless you know the impact the agent has and parts that it is related to within your IT landscape. You understand what an agent affects before you approve it, basically, right? So this grounding is possible because AI Agent Hub is built on LeanIX, the enterprise architecture foundation already used to manage, your landscape. So AI LeanIX already has these components, and when we include AI agents into that through AI Agent Hub, you can understand how AI agents impact these things, right? So let's see how this all can be clubbed, can come together, various aspects of it. So yeah, with LeanIX and AI Agent Hub, you already have a context-rich inventory of architecture assets, right? You've already built your inventory in LeanIX. This contains data on your applications, business capabilities, and also the key decisions that you may have taken as architecture decisions in LeanIX. What you see on the screen is, the architecture decision screen showing decisions like which LLM framework to adopt, whether to use a local model for PII sensitive task, or how many SAP agents to deploy initially, right? So those kind of architecture decisions that EAs always take, they can be, of course, documented in Linux. All this information is now made available to help organization build better agents from day one with built-in EA context and guardrails, right? So basically, just mapping it out with LeanIX inventory that you have built helps you gain more context about these AI agents. Cool. Now, I mentioned that AI Agent Hub helps you document AI agents, right? How does it do that? The screen basically depicts that. There is something called AI Agent Discovery Inbox, which provides visibility into all AI artifacts, including agents, MCP servers, LLMs like Claude, Opus, those kind of things, right? So, whatever is in your landscape, the AI Agent Discovery basically collects that and puts it into a inbox, right? Clicking into SAP agents will show usage analytics immediately. For example, a three-way agent matching agent that you see on the screen, it shows some analytics about that agent. It shows that 725 sessions were active in February. It is still active today. The session trend also shows over here that this agent is growing in usage, which makes the governance action urgent and not optional. So everything discovered here, regardless of the vendor or the origin, enters into the workspace and can be assessed and added to the inventory with a single action click, basically. So what is happening over here? You build an AI agent on MCP, you build an AI agent on GCP, you build an AI agent on SAP BTP or anywhere else. What it does, it basically um, it has native connections to these systems and then brings all the agents built on these systems into a discovery box, and then you choose which ones do you want to incorporate within your inventory, which one do you don't want to incorporate within your inventory. And then once you incorporate those into inventory, one example is something that you see on the screen, like three-way matching agent. It gives you analysis or analytics on that agent as well, like how it has been used, how many active sessions, those kind of things, right? So most organizations find these assets, and they discover those things which they don't know they are currently using. So the problem of AI, shadow AI agents is basically solved through this discovery inbox. Right. If we go a little bit detailed into the analytics, the aggregated analytics view surfaces the performance across every agent in the inventory, like goal completion rate, session health, tool call accuracy, and usage trends in a single view. The metrics are connected to business outcomes and not just technical uptime, right? The goal completion rate tells you whether the agent is actually doing what is it is deployed to do. This helps basically give the users the answer to the question that is, increasingly common. Is, everybody wants to wants an answer to this question: is our AI investment working or not? Is the ROI being produced or not? So this kind of analytics helps you answer these questions. Right. So basically, discover the AI agents, choose what you want to put into the inventory. Doesn't matter where it was built. Have the all vendor view into one place, and then see the analytics on these agents as you see on the screen. And then, of course, every agent in the inventory can undergo verification, right? It's a critical badge to trust to increase enterprise confidence in scaling agentic AI, right? So behind this, there can be a structured assessment how to approve a agent, how to verify a agent based on certain risk criteria, compliance requirement, or architectural standard. So you can assess the agent based on these things, and then basically say, okay, this has been approved or not approved to be used in production, right? So I mean, for example, if your organization is subject to frameworks like EU AI Act, the verification layer is the mechanism through which you can demonstrate that that your AI portfolio has been assessed and governed, right? So you do the assessment, mark the agent as verified, and then it becomes available to use within production. So that's something that you can do with AI Agent Hub. So now, We have seen how agent fits into the architecture, right? Which business capabilities supports, which application it is interacting with, which data object is being exchanged. We have also verified and assessed it, right? We have assessed the AI agent and marked it as verified. We have seen, we have even basically analyzed it from both technical and business perspective, right? So what's left to do now? Of course, let's the HR questions that I showed you earlier, that's basically left. So they want to understand, okay, this agent was discovered within our landscape. It has been incorporated into our inventory now. These are the parts that it is impacting. These many sessions are running of this particular AI agent. It is a verified agent because it complies with all the compliance requirement, and it produces the ROI that is needed out of it. So once we have all these questions done, then also another major question which is related to HR is basically how it is impacting the organizations. So what you see on the screen is basically an example of finance business unit fact sheet. This is directly related to the agent that we took as an example, the three-way matching agent. So it shows that three-way matching agent is basically impacting this particular organization. And then there is linkage possible with SAP success factors, which will not cover over here, but just want to highlight that for AI agent impacts a process that stays in SAP Signavio. There is the out of the box integration linkage is already present. And then this AI agent impacts this organization. And then we can see this organization impact in success factors as well. Right. So basically, that's all that I wanted to cover about AI Agent Hub. Important for you to note is what is available now and what will come in the future. So, what I showcased you, most of the parts are available now, and some of the parts will be live in Q3. Like, for example, the discovery feature, which is the most, you can say, powerful feature according to me for AI Agent Hub, is that discovery of standard SAP agents is already live. Discovery of third party agents like Microsoft, Google, and AWS is already there. You can also discover agents through APIs, and architecture modeling of agents as application subtype. You can already do it. What was launched recently at SAP Sapphire is addition to the third party agents. So ServiceNow agents are also can be now discovered. Discovery of LLMs via SAP AI Core is also something that you can do. You can verify agents like I showcased you for governance standpoint, and of course document the architectural decisions related to AI agents. That's also something that is already in place, right? So these functionality is already in place. All functionalities basically that I tried to cover within the presentation. Now, what will come live later on? Of course, discovery of SAP custom, standard, and extended agents that will come later on. Runtime verified enforcement, things like observability and agent mining in Signavio, surfacing agents in success factors. So those things will come live in Q3, right? So that is how the functionality is available, and some of the functionality will become available at the end of Q3. So yes, linking everything together, I want to give you a summary view. I wanted to tell you that AI technologies present a unique set of governance challenges, and you can build a foundation for AI governance by following a three-step approach. The first step is, of course, gaining the visibility into your as is AI landscape, then charting your path forward as a second step, and then tracking and governing throughout the life cycle, technology's life cycle. So that's something that I shared with you, a three-step approach. As part of step one, we had to do a lot of things to complete the as is. That is where AI Agent Hub becomes important. So basically, AI Agent Hub ensures that governance of architecturally relevant agent and MCP servers is in place. It allows you to discover the AI agents, doesn't matter who built it, and adds those agents into your inventory. And then you can calculate the KPIs and surface the insights to stakeholders. And then, of course, you can track the adoption and standards and do the analytics, do the evaluations on these agents through AI Agent Hub. So that's the key takeaway that I want to give you from a approach perspective and AI Agent Hub perspective. Hope this was valuable. I will go to the chat now to see if there are any questions, and I will try to cover those one by one by one. Cool. So, okay. Uh, Becomes available in production. How does SAP purpose that AI hub? Does this go, no go? Okay, so there are questions that are coming. So I'll start from the first one. How will LeanIX address the ideation phase? It seems the agent discovery starts after deployment only. So basically, uh, you can discovery is one feature that because there is a problem of shadow IT. So discovery feature basically tries to solve that problem, but it does not stop you in doing the ideation of AI agents in LeanIX, right? So you can say, okay, I want to build an AI agent. I know what I'm trying to build. So let's put this AI agent in planned lifecycle stage in LeanIX. So you can do that. So what you have to do, you have to basically go into LeanIX and create a AI agent fact sheet, which is a subtype of application, and then you can do ideation on that. So the system doesn't stop you from doing that, but system gives you additional functionality to basically discover what you don't know. What you are ideating is something that you already know. So that's how I would answer this question. Hope that answers. Okay, moving on. When will I be able to map the AI agent category to another category? I have categories on application already and do not want to mess them up with a new fact sheet category. So by category, I think you mean the subtype. That's what I am understanding from LeanIX technology, LeanIX terminology perspective. It's a fact sheet. So basically, you are saying, okay, can I connect AI agent to another subtype of application? Like application can have business application, application can have AI agent as subtype. That interrelation between the subtypes is currently possible. So you can connect applications to AI agents even now. So if you try, you can do it. But if in case you face a problem, I see that you are from Volkswagen. I think Patrick is your CSM.